Hello everyone. I hope everyone have attempted today's quiz one of week one. So here with I am giving the complete solution for the quiz one. So if any student have doubt regarding any question, you just please go through this video. Here I am giving the concept wise, question wise, complete solution. If you listen, if you view, if you watch this video, definitely you will understand. Here I am not only explaining the answer for the question, I am explaining the concepts required for the attempting any quiz. So you just watch any question. Here I am giving the solution as well as the concepts required for that problem. Okay. So everyone please watch this video. Here in our quiz, the first question is int main. So here we have taken some C program. Here A is equal to 500 and B is equal to 100 and C is equal to C. You have taken another variable C. Suppose. So what will happen usually? Compiler will allocate memory for all the variables. So the first variable is 500. Second variable is B. Compiler will allocate memory for first variable, second variable, and we have not given any value to the third variable. So these are the memory locations. So here the question is, here there is a condition. What is the condition? If not A greater than B. So actually A is greater than B. What is A? A is equal to 500 and B is equal to 100. Here 500 is greater than 100. But what we are asking is if A is not greater than B, no, A is greater than B. That means the condition returns false. The condition returns false. That means A is greater than B. How can you say that A is not greater than B? So the condition becomes false. Whenever the condition becomes false, you cannot enter into the if statement. We cannot enter into the if statement. So directly after execution of checking the condition in if statement, directly we are coming to the statement C is equal to 200. So here you are assigning the value of 200. Here we are assigning the value of 200. So to C variable. So you are storing the 200 in variable C. So after that you have a printf statement. So what you are printing here? B is equal to percentile D and C is equal to percentile D, and you are trying to print the values of B and C. Now what is there in B? In B you have 100 and what is there in C? In C you have 200. So for this problem the solution is B is equal to 100 and C is equal to 200. So you are not modifying the value of B because you are unable to enter into the if statement because this condition is false. So you already know, you people are know. So if the condition is true only, you can enter into the if statement. If condition is not true, then we go to the next part of the if statement. If there is any else part, we will go to the else part. If there is no else part, then we will go to the next statement after if. So what is the next statement after if? C is equal to 200 is the next statement after if. So we are going to execute C is equal to 200. That value we have stored in C. So finally we are going to print the value of C is B and C. So the value of B is equal to 100 and C is equal to 200. So this is the first question. Next we are going to the next question. What is the next question? Here we are giving. We have taken some program. Here I have taken a variable called as character variable C. CH. So if CH is equal to print, if CH is equal to printf. Here what I have given. So here we have taken a variable CH. This is a character variable. Okay. So that means CH is equal to compiler will allocate a memory. Usually 1 byte of memory will be allocated to a character variable. So here we have a condition, that is if in if statement we have a condition like this. What we have written in if statement? What is there in if statement? If ch is equal to printf, open the double quotes, then close the double quotes and close the function. So you people may think that what is this? Why we have allocated a printf statement to the character variable? Is it possible? I think it is there is a syntax error. There is no syntax error here. When you are assigning any function, that either it may be a predefined function, or it may be a user defined function. Every function itself internally returns a value. Every function internally returns some value. So either it may be predefined or user defined. So here this is a predefined function. What is the duty of this function? Initially printf will print up what is there in the quotation, what is there in between the quotations. Actually nothing is there. There are no characters in this. There are no characters in this braces. That means no characters within the quotations. So it will not print anything. But it returns a value to ch. It returns a value to ch. So what it is returning? So there are no characters within the double quotes. That means here it is returning a value 0. That means if there is any value, it counts the number of characters. But here nothing is there. So it gives it assigns a 0 to ch. So finally what happens? It becomes ch. That means ch is equal to 0. That means if of 0. 0 indicates false. 0 indicates false. If of false, that means this condition is false. That means you cannot enter into the if statement. So then what happens? If you are unable to enter into the if statement, immediately you will go to the else statement. So what is there in the else? Hello, welcome. So what is the output from this function? The output from this C function is hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. That means always whether it may be a predefined function or it may be user defined function, it returns some value. So here that value we are assigning to the that value assigned to the variable ch. Suppose there if I write like this, if the condition is like this, if ch is equal to printf some abc, then definitely this statement will be executed. This statement will be executed. That means that this condition becomes true. How this condition becomes true? This printf duty is to print whatever there in the quotations. So it will print ABC. After printing ABC, this printf is internally giving some value to the called person. Who is calling? You are calling with a variable ch. So what value it is passing? The number of characters within the double quotes. How many number of characters are there? A, B, C. There are 3 number of characters are there. That 3 value will be passed to ch. Now the variable ch becomes 3. So that means if of 3, any value other than 0 will be treated as true. So here it becomes if of true. That means the condition becomes true. So whenever the condition becomes true, you are entering into the if statement and you can print hello week 1 quiz. But here due to lack of characters in this, it returns only 0. So because of 0, this entire condition becomes false. Whenever it becomes false, you are coming to the else part and you are printing the hello, welcome. So this is the solution for the second question. Next we are going to the next question. Here what we have given int main, and you are trying, this is very simple question. Very simple question. Here we have taken printf statement. In the printf within double quotes, we have mentioned within double quotes we have mentioned /ln. That means it prompts to go to the next new line. So after that you have three characters A, B, C, /B, /B, /B. After that you have hello. After that again you have /B and world. So whenever the compiler sees /B, that means it go back to the one position and removes the character. So that means it becomes AB, one / is completed. Now again /B, hello, /B, world. Again for this one /B, again it goes to the one character back and it is removing the character. So now what is there? A /B, hello, /B, world. Again what happens? Another one more / is there. So again it is going back and it is removing the character. So now what happens? All for this / one character is removed. So now what is there? Hello, /B and world. For this /B, it is going back and it is removing one character. So what happens? What is there right now? Help, world. So when you are going to print the text on the screen, what is duty of printer? What is the duty of printer? It prints the text within the double quotes onto the screen. But before printing, you have some special characters, some special symbols, /B, /C, escape characters. So you are when you are going back and you are removing one character, and again for another /B you are going back and you are removing one more character. For one more / you are going back. Like that you are, whenever you are sees, whenever you are watching, whenever it appears the /, you are removing the previous character. So like that what happens? Finally when you want to print onto the screen, so what value will be printed? Hello world will be printed. So finally hello world will be printed. So what is the output from this function? What is the output of this program? The output of the program is help. The output of this program is help world. So this is the solution for the third question. Next question. And we are going to the next question. Here we have taken a variable int I, which is of static. So whenever you declare a variable of type static, then usually suppose if you take int I, then a memory location will be allocated to a variable I. That value will be stored in this location. But here whenever you declare with a static int I, so whatever the garbage value is there, that will be removed, and the value of I will be initialized with a value 0. Initialized with a value 0. So if you want to see the value of I, what value will be printed? 0 will be printed. Even though you are not giving any value to I, static fills or static initializes the memory location with static initializes the memory location. So initializes with I is equal to 0. So here now again you have taken another variable j. Now you are entering into the for loop for j is equal to 0. That means the value of j is initialized with 0. Now is j is less than 10? Yes, the value of j is less than 10. Now this is the condition when after initializing the variable j. Here you are checking the condition j is equal to 10. J is less than 10. Yes, the value of j is less than 10. That means 0 is less than 10. That means the condition is true. Then you are entering into the for loop. Immediately when you are entered into the for loop, so what is there? I is equal to I plus is equal to 2. What is the meaning of I plus is equal to? I is equal to I plus 2. So what is the value of I? Initially the value of I is equal to 0. So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. That means the value of I will be 2. The value of I will be 2. Next j is equal to j minus I. What is the next condition? immediately after I is equal to I plus 1, I is equal to I minus j. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to 2. What is the value of j? The value of j is equal to 0. So what is 2 minus 0? 2. So that means the I value will be 2 only. Okay. Next, again you are coming here and you are incrementing the value of j. So what is the value of j? J is equal to 1. So now again you check the condition. So is j is less than 10? Yes, j is less than 10. That means 1 is less than 10. So here again I is equal to I plus 2. What is the value of I? What is there in I? I is already 2 is there. 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Next again I is equal to I minus j. So what is I? What is I? I is equal to 4 minus what is j? The value of j is equal to 1. So here the value of j minus I means I minus j means 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So here the value of I will be updated to 3. So the value of I is equal to 3. Again the value, again after this, again you are coming to the loop and you are incrementing the value of j. Now the value of j becomes 2. Is 2 is less than 10? Yes, 2 is less than 10. Again you can enter into the for loop one more time. So again I is equal to I plus 2. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to 3. 3 plus 2, I is equal to 5. Again I is equal to I minus j. What is the value of I? I is equal to 5. 5 minus j. What is the value of j? J is already 2. So I is equal to 3. I becomes 3. Okay. Again you are entering into the loop. J is equal to j plus 1. That means now the value of j is equal to 2. It becomes 3. So I is equal to, again is j is less than 3? Yes, j is less than 10. Again 3 is less than 10. Again you are coming into the loop and you are writing j is equal to I plus 2. Now what is the value of I? Already present value of I is equal to 3 and it is equal to, so now I becomes 5. J is equal to I is equal to I minus j. Now what is the value of I? 5. What is the value of j? The value of j is equal to 3. Now I value becomes 2. So now here I becomes 2. Again the value of j will be incremented. This is 4. Is 4 is less than 10? Yes, 4 is less than 10. Again you are entering into the loop. I is equal to I plus 2. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Now what is the value of j? J is equal to, already the value of j is equal to 4. So I is equal to I minus j. What is the value of I? I is equal to 4. J is equal to 4. Now the value of I becomes 0. The value of I becomes 0. So here the value of I becomes 0. The value of I becomes 0. Again you are entering into the loop. Now j becomes 5. J plus j becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 10? Yes, 5 is less than 10. Again you are coming into the loop. I is equal to I plus 2. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to 0. 0 plus 2. It becomes 2. It becomes 2. Now what is the value of j? What is the value of I? I is equal to I minus j. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to, now what is the value of j? The value of j is 5. It becomes minus 3. Okay. So now I value becomes minus 3. Again j value will be incremented. Now j is less than 10. So j is less than 10 means, again j is less than 10 means you are accepting the condition. The condition is accepted. So again you are coming into the loop. I is equal again I plus 2. So what is the present value of I? Minus 3. Minus 3 plus 2. So what is the present value of I? I is equal to minus 1. Again I is equal to I minus j. So what is I? I is equal to minus 1. Minus what is the value of j? J is equal to 6. Now the value of I is equal to 7. Minus 7. So now the I value becomes 7. Again increment the value of j. J is equal to j plus plus. So j is equal to 7. Is 7 is less than 10? Yes, 7 is less than 10. Again come into the loop. Then again I is equal to I plus 2. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to minus 7. I is equal to minus 7. I is equal to minus 7 plus 2. So I becomes minus 5. Again I is equal to I minus j. What is the value of I? I is equal to minus 5 minus what is the value of j? j becomes 7. So minus 12. The value of I becomes minus 12. Again, increment the value of j. J becomes 8. Is 80 less than 10? Yes, 8 is less than 10. Again, come into the loop. Again, the value of I is equal to I plus 2. What is I? I is equal to minus 12. Minus 12 plus 2. What it becomes? Minus 10. Again, I is equal to I minus j. I minus j. So, what is the value of I? I is equal to minus 10. What is the value of j? J is equal to 8. So, what it happens? It happens to be minus 18. So, I is equal to minus 18. Again, j value will be incremented. What is the value of j? Right now, j is equal to 9. Is 9 is less than 10? Yes, 9 is less than 10. Again, you increment it. I is equal to I plus 2. What is the value of I? Minus 18. Minus 18 plus 2 is equal to minus 16. What is the value of j? What is the value of I? I is equal to I minus j. I minus j. So, what is the value of I? I is equal to minus 16. Minus 16 plus what is the value of j? What minus j? What is the value of j? J is equal to 9. So, minus 9, minus 16 minus 9. So, it becomes minus 25. Again, j value will be incremented. What is the value of j? J is equal to 10. Is 10 is less than 10? No. 10 is not less than 10. So, the condition becomes false and you are coming out of the loop. Now, again, now you are trying to print the value of I. The value of I. So, what is the last value of I? The last value of I is minus 25. So, the output will be minus 25. So, this is the output for this problem. Okay. I hope everybody is understanding. So, here with I am completely tracing how the logic is going on, so that you can better understand how you can solve the problems. So, next here is the next question. Here what we have given, here we have taken two variables, a is equal to 15 and we have not assigned any value to b. So, b compare has given some memory location to b. Now, what happens? What we are writing? B is equal to a plus plus. B is equal to a plus plus. That means here a plus plus, this is a post increment. This is called as a post increment. That means first the value of, what is the present value of a? A is equal to 15. As it is, the 15 value will be assigned to b. That means what is stored in b? 15 will be stored in b. Later, after assigning this a value to b, a value will be incremented. Now, what is the value of a? A will be incremented to 16. Now, you are trying to print the value of a and b. Now, so the value of a is equal to 16. The value of b is equal to 15. That means even though it is a is equal to b is equal to a plus plus, immediately a value won't be incremented. What happens? Immediately the present value of a will be saved in b. So that's why we have saved 15 in b. Later a value will be incremented. Now the value of a will be incremented to 15 to 16. So the memory cell will be filled with 16. So now if you want to print the value of a and b, so a is equal to 16 and b is equal to 15 will be printed. Okay. Suppose if I write like this, a is equal to b is equal to plus plus a. So this is called as pre-increment. This is called as pre-increment. This is called as pre-increment. That means the value of a will be initially incremented, then that value will be assigned to b. In such case, initially the value of a is equal to 15. So 15 will become 16. That 16 will be assigned to b. Now if you want to print right now, then the value of a is equal to 16 and also the value of b also 16. But here we have taken the post incrementer. That's why that is b is equal to a plus b. So that a value will be assigned in b. After that the value of a will be incremented. Okay. Here is the next question. The next question is int k is equal to 10. We have taken k is equal to 10. So here see, it's a very simple question. The size of k is equal to percentile b. That means you want to print the size of k. That means the size of k will be in bytes and the value of k. The value of k is equal to percentile d. Here for this k is equal to percentile d, this value will be printed. For this k is equal to percentile d, this value will be printed. Here what is happening? Size of you have given a predefined function size of plus plus k. So you people will usually think that k value will be incremented. So suppose if the k value is incremented, k becomes plus plus k means k becomes 11. Now size of 11. Size of 11. Size of 11 means 11 is an integer. So the size of 11 is, if it is a 32-bit compiler, the size of integer is 2 bytes. So you will think that 2 bytes will be returned. But this won't happen. Here your size of won't increment or decrement the variable. It sees only the variable. It checks only the variable. What is the variable? K. What type of variable is K? K is an integer variable. K is an integer variable. So how much memory is required for integer variable in 32-bit compiler? Let us suppose 2 bytes of memory is required. Let us suppose 2 bytes of memory is required. That 2 bytes of memory will be printed in this place. So it won't increment, it won't increase the value of k or won't decrease the value of k. Actually, it doesn't see the plus plus. It checks only the variable k. What type of variable k is? The variable k is integer type. So here it takes the size of integer only. Okay. So that's why it returns 2 bytes. It returns 2. Here we are writing the bytes so that it is equal k is equal to 2 bytes will be printed. Next, the value of k is, so k, the value of k is not incremented. The value of k is not incremented. The value of k is 10 only. So here the value of k is equal to 2 only, 10 only will be printed. So it is not incrementing. Why? Because you have applied the size of operator will see the variable data type only. It doesn't see whether variable is you are trying to increment or decrement. So increment decrement operations cannot be applied in size of operator. So simply the value of k will be 10 only. Okay. I hope everybody is understanding. The next question is int a is equal to 2. Okay. That means compiler will allocate a memory. In that memory 2 will be stored. Enter for the variable and the memory will be allocated. That means 3 will be stored and another variable 4 will be another variable C, in that 4 will be stored and another memory location will be allocated to D, but nothing is stored in D. Some garbage value will be there that we are not required to discuss here. Okay, here what is that you are assigning D is equal to printf. You are assigning D is equal to printf /ln percentile D, percentile D, percentile D, and you have given some space also. You have given some space also. Space A comma B comma C. Initially, internally, what this function will do? Printf. What printf will do? Printf will print the text onto the screen. So what will be printed? Here the first one is come to the new line. Okay, it comes to the new line and it is trying to print an integer value. From where it will print the value? A. So what is the value of A? 2 will be printed. Again another you want to print another integer value. Where you are getting the value? From B. What is the value of B? 3. Again you want to print the value of C. So what is the value of C? It is 4. So these 3 things will be printed. But after that what you are doing? You are assigning the written value of printf statement to D. I have already explained. Every function, whether it may be a predefined or it may be a user defined, every function will internally return some value. If you want to use that value, you can use. If you are not interested, you don't use. Here I want to use that value. Here I want to use that value. So what is the value you are passing from the printf statement to D? Here the number of characters. The number of characters in the double quotes. How many number of characters are there in double quotes? /ln, that means new line, that is 1 character. Percentile D, that is 1 character. Another percentile D, that is 1 character. Another percentile D, that is 1 character. And space also a 1 character. So total how many values, how many characters are there in this double quotations? Within the double quotations there are 5 characters. Within double quotations there are 5 characters. So the value, so it is returning the integer value 5 to D. So that means 5 will be saved in D. Now what is the value of 5? What is the value of D? D is equal to 5. D is equal to 5. Now if you want to print, now come to the next line. Now if you want to print the value of t, so what value will be printed? 5 will be printed. Now finally what is the answer? 2, 3, 4 and the value, and here the value 2, 3, 4 will be printed due to this printf statement, and due to this printf the value of d is equal to 5 will be printed. So this is the output. So what is the output of this program? 2, 3, 4 and the value of d is equal to 5. So this is the output. Okay. Next question is int main. Here we have taken printf 3 plus welcome. Here printf, here what you have taken printf 3 plus welcome. So this indicates this printf will print welcome, but with a condition. The first 3 characters won't be printed. It will trim the first 3 characters and the rest of the characters will be printed onto the screen. So what are the first 3 characters? Welcome. So what is the first 3 characters? This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. So these 3 characters will be trimmed and only come will be printed. So the output of this program is COME come. So are you understanding? Whenever you are writing and you are assigning in the printf statement a integer value with a string. So what is the value of how many characters will be deleted from the string? Then up to the integer number. So how many numbers you are given? You are given the number as 3. So that means the first 3 characters will be removed from this string. Suppose if you give like this, printf 5 plus welcome, 5 plus welcome. That means in this string welcome, the first 5 characters will be removed. So this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. So what will be printed? ME will be printed. So if you write like this, the output will be ME. The output will be ME. So if you see questions like this, you don't think that there is a syntax error or how can you add 3 with welcome? No such questions. Here this is the string, this is an integer part. So that means in this string, these many characters you are trimming from left to right. From left to right. Okay? I hope everybody is understanding. The next question is int has given I is equal to 3. The value of 3 will be stored here. Printf for percentile d I and I plus plus. I and I comma I plus plus. So when you see statements like this, printf percentile d I comma I plus plus. So when you have increment and decrement operators in the statement, then the evaluation will be from right to left. The evaluation will be from right to left. Now here I plus plus. So this is the post incrementer. What is the present value of I? The value of I is equal to 3. So 3 will be printed. Later on 3 will be printed for this. Later on the value of I will be incremented to 4. Now here when you come here, what is the value of I? I is equal to 4. So when you want to print percentile d, this 4 will be printed. When you want to print this percentile d, this 3 will be printed. So the output from this function is 4 comma 3. That means evaluation will start from right to left. Right to left. That means you are evaluating the expression in this manner. So that's why initially I plus plus will be evaluated. In I plus plus, it is a post incrementer. So initially the I value will be printed. The value of I is equal to 3. 3 will be printed immediately, and the value of I will be incremented to 4. The value of I will be incremented to 4. The value of I will be incremented to 4. And if you want to print the value of I, so 4 will be printed. So the output is 4, 3. 4, here you have given some space. So 4 space 3 will be printed. Okay. We are going to the next question. So here I is equal to 10, I is equal to 0, j is equal to 12. Now here we have a condition. What is the condition? If I and j is equal to j plus 10. Now you have to check whether you are going to this statement or you are directly going to this statement. Here what is given here, you have to apply the logical end. This is not between logical end. So you have to apply the logical end between I and j is equal to j plus 10. I already explained. So now what is the value of I? The value of I is 0. The value of I is 0 means except 0 anything is true. The 0 is false. The 0 is false. That means this expression giving false value. That means that it is giving false. If it is false, in end statement, you are not required to evaluate this expression. Why? Because even though it is true, because of this false, the entire expression will become false. That's why we are not evaluating the next expression. This is called a short circuit. Short circuit. That means in logical end, if the first statement is false, then it is not required to evaluate the second expression. So because if you are not evaluating the second expression, then you are not evaluating j is equal to j plus 10. That means this is not happening. So your finally what happens? This entire expression becomes false. So whenever it is false, this if statement you are not allowing into, you are not going into the if statement. You are not going to the if condition. Okay. So you are not going to the if block. You are going directly to the next statement after if. What is the next statement after if? J is equal to D. So what is the j is equal to percentile D? What is the value of j? J value is not changed. J value, even though it is appearing j is equal to j plus 10 in this expression, you are not going up to here. You are dropping you are concluding your final value with this statement only. So what you are concluding? I is equal to 0. 0 is false. You are not required to evaluate the second expression. So j is equal to j plus 10 is not evaluating. So the value of j is 12 only. So if you want to print the value of j is equal to 12 will be printed. J is equal to 12 will be printed. Okay. Hey, here just listen. There are two logical operators, AND and OR. In AND, if the first statement is true, then only you will go to evaluate for the next statement. In OR, if the first statement is false, even then you can go to the next statement. So just observe, if the first statement is false in the end, then you are not going to evaluate this. Why? Because if the first statement is false, there is nothing required to check whether the second statement is true or false. Even if it is true or false, the total statement will be false. Because if one is false, the entire statement is false. That's why due to short circuit, we are not going to evaluate the second expression. We are adjusting with the first statement only. So I hope everybody is understanding. Here is the next question. So the next question is x is equal to printf. So what is this? X is equal to printf. You are printing hello, hello, welcome, hello, welcome. So already I explained every predefined function or user defined function will return the internal values, the internal return value. So here what is the duty of printf statement? It prints hello. Initially it prints hello, and also it returns the number of characters enclosed in the double quotes. So how many number of characters are enclosed in the double quotes? That you have to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 characters which are enclosed between these quotations. The 13 value will be returned to this x. So now x value become 13. Now if you want to print the value of x, x is equal to 13 will be printed. So there is nothing to discuss more about this. Already I have explained 2 examples on this. Okay, I am going to the next class. Next question. Here the next question is a is equal to 10. Okay, you just take the value of a in one memory location, the value of b in another memory location, and the value of c in another memory location. Okay, so here int d. So compiler will allocate some memory location to d. So here what happening? D is equal to b plus c is equal to a. That means b plus c is equal to means you are comparing. This is an expression. You are comparing the left side value with the right side value. So what is B plus C? What is the value of B? The value of B is equal to 5. What is the value of C? The value of C is equal to 5. So 10 is equal to what is the value of A? A is equal to 10. You are comparing. Is 10 is equal to 10? Yes. W is equal to what? W is equal to is a comparison operator. What is W is equal to? Comparison operator. So this is comparison operator. So you are comparing 10 and 10. So the value of 10 and 10 is true, same. So it is returning true. So what is the final written value from this expression? It is returning true. True indicates 1. So what will be stored in D? In D, 1 will be stored. In D, 1 will be stored. That means so after evaluating B plus C is equal to C, that means this is like an if statement. Here, this is an if statement. So you are adding B plus C, 5 plus 5 is equal, you are comparing with A. The value of A is equal to 10. So if you are saying that is 10 is equal to 10 is equal to 10, is 10 is equal to 10? Yes, comparison operator. It compares the two values. Yes, it is equal to same. So whenever it is true, whenever it is same, then it is returning true. What is you cannot store true in D. So what is the internal integer value of true? The internal integer value of true is 1. So that 1 will be stored in D. When you want to print the value of D, 1 will be printed. Okay, I'm going to the next question. So here is our next question. So here A is equal to 5. So here also we are using the logical operators. Here A is equal to 5 and B is equal to -7. C is equal to 0 and you are not given any value to D. So compiler will allocate some memory to D. Now you just check here you are assigning a value, some written value from this expression to D. So what is that? Here you have taken the expression plus A and plus B or plus C. So this is an expression. So what is the value of A? A value is 5. Here what you have taken pre-increment. The value of A becomes 6. The value of A becomes 6. 6. So 6 means true. Any value other than 0 it is true. So 6 means true. So whenever it is true, definitely in AND statement you have to go for the next one. So AND. So plus B. What is the value of it is a pre-increment. So it becomes -7 plus 1 becomes -6. So the value of B becomes -6. So here what happens? -6. So in this is a -6. Here what happens? The value of B is pre-incremented. The value of B is pre-incremented. So the value of B is pre-incremented. Here this is true. -6 means true. So whenever in our statement, whenever it is true, you are not required to evaluate the next statement. In R, if the first statement is true, you are not required to evaluate the next statement, even though it is true or false. Why? Because if any one is true, your entire R statement will be true. So that's why here -6. -6 means the value it is non-zero. Non-zero means it is true. Even so, it is because of it is true, you are not going to here and you are not evaluating. So what is so here it is true and it is true. So the final written value from this is true only, even though you are not evaluating this. So true. So from A plus A it is true, and from this expression it is true. True and true, it is giving true only. True indicates 1. So what you are storing in D? You are storing 1 in D. So what is the value of D? D is equal to 1. So you please keep remember that when you are using logical AND, if the first statement is false, you are not going to evaluate the second statement. If the first statement is true, then you are trying to check whether the second statement is true or not. If it is true, the whole statement becomes true. If it is false, the entire statement becomes false. So here, but when it comes to the R statement, if the first statement is true, you are not required to check for the next statement. Why? Because if any one statement is true, then the entire condition will become true. That's why we are not going to evaluate the plus C. So here not increment the value of C. So C is equal to 0 only. C is equal to 0 only. Now if you want to print the value of A, B, C, D. So what is there in A? A is equal to 6 will be printed. B is equal to minus 6 will be printed. C is equal to 0 will be printed. D is equal to 1 will be printed. So the output for this program is 6 minus 6 0 1. So I think everybody is understanding. So this is an important question which is given in some Wipro campus placement. So now you can see here, here he has given x is equal to, in next question he has given x is equal to just wait for 1 minute. So here x is equal to 91. So here he has given x is equal to 91. Now what is given? X is greater than is equal to 2. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? This is a right shift operation. That means x value is right shifted by 2. X value is right shifted by 2. X value is right shifted by 2. That means here there are two conditions: left shift and right shift. Left shift and right shift. Left shift and right shift. In left shift, when you are doing the left shift, in left shift, you will, in left shift, for each shifter, the value will be multiplied by 2. In right shift, for each shifter, the value will be divided by 2. So here how many right shifts you want? You want 2 right shifts. So here x with 2 right shifts. That means what is the value of x? X is equal to 91. 91 with 2. So for the first, here the value of, here you want to shift 2 bits. For the first bit, 91 becomes 91 by 2. That means 45 point something. This won't be considered. Here you will take only 45. For the next one, again it will be divided. That means it becomes 22.5. 0.5 won't be considered, so it will take only 22. So for this, the value of x is equal to 22. So in the right shift operation, every time the value will be divided by 2 for each bit operation. In the left side, in the left shift, every time for each bit left shift, it will be multiplied by 2. So this is about left shift and right shift operations. Then we will go to the next question. Here is another question. He has given a is equal to -1. Print a percentile d a plus plus. A plus plus means here this is a post increment. So present value of a will be printed here. So now what is the present value of a? A is equal to -1. -1 will be printed. -1 will be printed as it is. Now after that this value will be incremented a plus plus. That means a becomes 0. So when you come to the next statement, minus a, again you are decrementing the value of a. This is a pre-increment, pre-decrement. So in the pre-decrement, initially the value of a will be decremented, then you will print the value of a. So if it is minus a, again the value of a becomes -1. So you are printing that value here. So it prints -1. Again you are printing the value of a. Here this is a post increment. This is a post increment. Here you are printing the value of a. So what is the value of a? A is -1. So -1 will be printed. Again it will be incremented. Now again it will be become 0. So now, so what is the output from these three statements? -1. Here we have not given any new line. So first -1 will be printed. Your cursor will wait here. Again this -1 will be printed here. Again your cursor will wait here. Again -1 will be printed. So what is the output from this? -1, -1, -1. Okay. We'll go to the next question. So here a is equal to, has given a is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. Here we have taken one condition. If a is equal to 0, 1, 0. So what is this? This is, whenever you see the 0 here, this is equal to octal representation. This is called as octal representation. You are not representing the number. You are representing not binary number, a decimal number. You are representing the number in octal system. So what is here? That means here is a is equal to 10 is equal to octal representation of 10. This is not 10, 10. So what is octal representation of 10? This is 8 power 0. This is 8 power 1. That means 1 into 8 power 1 plus 0. So this is 8 power 1. That means 8. That means you are comparing 10 is equal to 8. Is 10 is equal to 8? No, 10 is not equal to 8. That means this condition becomes false. This condition becomes false. Now we are going to else condition. What is there? The output is I want to prepare for gate exam. So the output is I want to prepare for gate exam. You cannot enter into this. Why? Because this entire condition becomes false. This entire condition becomes false because 10 is not equal. 10 is equal to 8. No. When you are comparing, it returns false value. False indicates you cannot enter into this if statement and you are going to the else part. So this is about this. So now what is the output is? The output is I want to prepare for gate A. So this is the explanation for this. Next we will go to the next step. Next program. So here you have taken an integer variable and you have taken some expression 20 plus 6 star 3 modular division with 10 minus 5 star 6. Now how this value will be evaluated? How this value will be evaluated? So here when you take the operators star modular division have equal priority. When you have the operators of equal priority, then you have to evaluate from left to right. You have to evaluate from left to right. And plus and minus 1 have equal priority. Then you have to evaluate from left to right. You have to evaluate from left to right. So if you evaluate like this, then first 20 plus 6 into 8, 6 into 3, 18, modular division with 10 minus 5 into 6. Again 20 plus 8 modular division with 10. That means 8 is the remainder. 8 is the remainder. Minus 5 into 6. Again 20 plus 8 minus 30. Okay, 20 plus 8 is 28 minus 30. So is equal to minus 2. So minus 2 will be stored in A. Now if you want to print the value of A, so the value of A is equal to minus the output is A is equal to minus 2 will be printed. So there's nothing more to discuss about this. This is an operator precedence. Here the next question is, here x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So here you are going to the if statement. If x plus plus. So this is a post increment. So right now this expression won't be evaluated. So what is the present value of x? X is equal to 0. That means if of 0. If of 0 means false. That means false. So whenever it is false, you cannot enter into the if statement. You are going to the else statement. When you go to the else statement, already the value of x is equal to 0. After that, after checking this value, the value of x will be incremented to 1. X plus plus. Now the value of x is equal to 1. So now here you are coming to the else condition and you are checking if x is equal to 1. Yes, x is equal to 1. Now you are executing this statement. So what is this printf statement? My goal is software engineer. So this is the output from this program. You just listen again carefully. Here x is equal to 0. We are evaluating if x plus plus. X plus plus means this is evaluated later. Why? Because this is a post increment. Post increment. This is post increment. So first x value, what is x value? 0. That means x, if of 0, that means it is returns, it is false. 0 means false. So false means you cannot enter into the if part. You are going to the else part. When you are going to the else part, this is evaluated already. X is equal to, x becomes 0 to 1. That means x plus plus. So again if there is a condition, if x is equal to 1, yes, the value of x is equal to 1. So this condition becomes true and you are entering into the if statement. So what is there in that? So you have a printf statement. That printf, what is the matrix there in the printf statement? That will be printed. My goal is software engineer. Okay, nothing more to discuss about this. So the next question is a is equal to -5. He has given a is equal to -5. Okay, next he has given int b, one memory location will be allocated. So here what is given? B is equal to a plus 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 a plus plus. So he has given 3 values with a comma separated values. Now see how the values will be evaluated. The values will be evaluated from left to right. So what is the a plus plus? What is the present value of a? The present value of a is -5. So -5 will be here. Immediately the value of a will be incremented. Now a will become -4. Here again plus plus a. That means the value of a will be incremented. This is a pre-increment. So the value of a is again minus 3. So a is equal to a minus the plus plus means so -4 plus 1, that means -3. Here the value is -3. Here when it comes here a plus plus, that means this is a post increment. What is the present value of a? -3 will be considered and the value of a will be incremented. That means the value of a becomes -3 plus 1 -2. So here the value of a becomes -3 to -2. Now when you have a set of values in a tuple, that means in a braces, the lot left to right, whatever is the latest value is there, that latest value will be assigned to b. That latest value will be assigned to b. That means b will become -3. So if you want to print the value of a and b, a is equal to -2, a is equal to -2, b is equal to -3 will be printed. Okay, suppose here I am taking another example. Suppose if I take a is equal to suppose a is equal to 5, b is equal to 7, c is equal to some 8. Suppose if I write d is equal to a comma b comma c, then what is the value of d? The value of d will be the latest value, whatever the latest from left to right, whatever the last value is there, that will be assigned to d. So d is equal to a 5 comma 7 comma 8. This 8 will be assigned to d. So if you want to print d is equal to percentile d, so 8 will be printed. So the last value will be assigned to this variable. Okay, we'll go to the next question. So the next question is int k is equal to 8. So you have taken a variable k, in that you are storing 8. Again int m is equal to 7. Okay, m is equal to 7 you have taken. Here you have given some conditional operator. K is less than m. This is the shortcut for if else. Is k is less than m? What is the value of k? 8. Is less than m? What is the value of m? 7. Is 8 is less than 7? False. False. If it is false, this statement will be executed. If it is true, this statement will be executed. So K is less than M? No, K is not less than M. 8 is not less than 7. That means this condition is false. If it is false, this won't be executed. This will be executed. So what is this? M plus plus. So what is this? M plus plus. So M plus plus. Now you want to see, if you want to print the value of K. K is not incremented. So K is equal to 8 only. So now if you want to print the value of K, K will be 7 only. But suppose if you want to print the value of M, M definitely incremented. M is increment to 8. But you have not you have not go to the statement K plus plus. So that's why if you want to print the value of K, K value is not altered. K value is equal to 8. 8 only will be printed. Okay. So this is the conditional operator. So just take out the next question. K is equal to 8. Here this is also a expression which are linked with the logical operators. X is equal to 0 is equal to 1 and K plus plus. That means this is a expression. After evaluating this expression, then we will go to evaluating this expression. So now is 0 is equal to 1. Is 0 is equal to 1? Is the condition, is the expression is true? No, 0 is not equal to 1. So that means this is a false. If it is false, in logical end, we are not going to evaluate the rest of the expression. Why? Because as for the short circuit, we are not going to. Why? Because if the first one is false, even though the second expression or any number of expressions are true, you cannot put the entire expression as true. So that's why, because of this, because it is false, the entire expression will become false. Now what you are returning? False. What false means? 0. So now what is the value of x? X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. Now you are not evaluating K plus plus. When you are not evaluating K plus plus, K value won't be evaluated. So now we want to print the value of x comma K. So x will be, the x value is equal to, the value of x is equal to 0. The value of K is equal to 8. Are you understanding? Here what is given? X is equal to 0 is equal to 1. That means this is one expression. And K plus plus. So if this expression is true only, then we go for this expression. What is this expression? 0 is equal to 1. No, this is, it returns false. If it is false, we just terminate all the rest of the expressions. So now what is the internal value of false? 0. So what will be stored in x? Next 0 will be stored. Now if you want to print the value of x, 0 will be printed. If you want to print the value of K, 8 will be printed. So we have not gone through the K plus plus. That's why K value is same only. So the same K value will be printed. So here I have explained all the 25 questions which I have given in our quiz 1. I hope everybody will understand. And if you have any doubts, you can reach me on my WhatsApp number. You just give what is the doubt you have.